So the first question, we'll go left to right, will just be to introduce who you are, what role you're running for, and why you're interested in running for the CLSA.
My name is Sai Chan. I'm running for the treasurer position. I'm interested because I have a background in finance and I think I can bring a lot to the team in managing the budget.
I'm Anuka. I'm running for the marketing director. I have experience in marketing beforehand in my parents' businesses, so I think I'd be the right fit for this role.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm running for the alumni position. I wanted to really be a part of the CLSA just because it really supports us Canadian students, and especially coming so far away from home, it's just like a little home away from home, and it just makes me feel like I belong.
Hi, my name is Arabella and I'm running for the role of secretary. The reason why I want to join the CLSA was because, like Kieran said, I think that the CLSA provides a space that us Canadian students feel so welcome, especially after making such a drastic change. And yeah, I think it's an amazing opportunity to engage with other students and members of the CLSA as well, and yeah, make new friends, make new connections.
My name is Alina and I'm running for secretary. And I think when I first came during my first semester, I felt really welcomed by CLSA, and I think I just want to give back to the newcomers that are coming back to this term.
Cool. Okay, so next question, this time we'll go right to left, is how will you manage your time between academic commitments and the CLSA?
For me, I'm very organized. In the mornings, I do have like a calendar that I go through every day, and I make a to-do list. And I do work part-time, so I just think that I usually just follow my to-do list, and yeah.
I do manage my time by having a task sheet, so I go through every task, prioritize some over others, and I think I'm able to gauge which ones I should prioritize before others, like essentially the deadlines and what's necessary. And I also feel like I am very creative, so I do have creative hobbies on the side, so I'm able to manage both my academic work and those hobbies as well.
For me, it's like going through undergrad and now doing JD. Like I was able to obviously grow those skills throughout the last couple of years. So I always have like multiple things going. I have like a digital calendar going. I have like a paper calendar going. I like to plan my month in advance. So like before the first of the month, I like to look at the coming calendar and just make sure that I don't have any overlapping schedules. So that's how I try to organize my time.
Yeah, I also like to have a physical agenda. So I like to list what is due on what date. So I just like to manage my time like that by just choosing what's a priority, what I need to finish just in the weeks where it comes.
Yeah, same like everyone else, I have a physical planner that I use on a weekly basis, and based off everything I have to do during the week, I plan everything day by day, and I always I always keep an open time for everything to squeeze anything in, for any overlapping activities. I always have a buffer time for each day.
Cool.
You can ask the questions.
Why would you be a good fit for this position?
So for this position, I think I'd be a good fit because I used to do it a lot with my parents' businesses back home. They have restaurants. I used to post consistently on TikTok, Instagram, and sometimes LinkedIn. So when I post that, people would come and say, hey, I saw this event happening here through this post. So I think I like to outreach to other people so they want to come together as a community, and I feel like for the CLSA that's really important.
Can you describe a time when you had to meet a tight deadline to get multiple tasks finished? How did you manage your time and handle the pressure of delivering on time?
So 2 weeks ago, I actually had 2 core assignments due on the same Friday, and to manage that, I kind of had to prep the week before. I was at a negotiation the prior week, and I was like, okay, I need to get all the things in order to make sure I can finish these deadlines. I started one assignment first that was due Worthmore, and then I did the second one. So I kind of managed my time with the importance of it.
And do you have any experience in using Canva or any other marketing tool?
I used to use Canva quite a lot, even in high school for like the different like school events happening. I used Canva. I made a lot of posters, used to print them out, and just post it on the social media.
And then what do you think makes you the best candidate for this position?
I think I would be the best candidate because I have experience with promoting stuff and using Canva. That sounds really general, but I feel like I would be able to outreach to a lot of people because I feel really connected to the Canadian Law Society. Because when I first came here and I saw the post, I was like, I really want to go. I can't believe there's like so many of us here. So I feel like I try to hold the same kind of connection.
So why do you think you'd be a good fit for this position?
I think I would be a good fit just because I would say like my experience when it comes to like, I know that with alumni you have to do like the Lord Dennings event, which is like a pretty big event, especially for the graduates, and obviously this is like one of their major events for graduation, being here for so long and finally enjoying that moment. So I feel like I've done an event before and I was able to like it was like I organized the event solo, and when you're organizing a really big event, it's like how can I say, like you need to do a lot of tasks and you need to be organized, you need to be able to think under pressure, you need to have like vendors, and you need to have like a budget and Excel sheet. So I feel like just like with me doing an event before, I feel like that's why I would be good for this role.
Awesome. That leads sort of into the second question. You mentioned that you organized an event. Can you walk us through just a little bit about that event and what were the key factors that contributed to its success?
Yeah, for sure. So the last event that I organized was actually my engagement. So it was my event and I did it solo. I planned it, well, obviously you have to plan it well in advance, right? So obviously we were organizing it for 200 people, and that comes like obviously thinking under pressure, like I said before, being able to like prep in advance, having like a budget in place, having those Excel sheets with like your budget, with the formulas, and seeing like how much are you actually spending in this budget. Obviously talking to vendors, reaching out to multiple vendors, getting different price codes obviously that fit the budget. We had hiccups during the event, but I was able to overcome that because I obviously remained calm under pressure, was able to contact the vendors, change the times. So that's how I feel like and end of the day it was a very successful event.
Awesome. And then what are your best qualities in maintaining positive relationships, specifically with an alumni network?
So with obviously maintaining relationships, it's like comes social skills. You need to be able to have like really good social skills. On top of that, you need to be very professional. So obviously reaching out to people, networking, and being able to have like a good conversation with people. So I feel like of course social skills is very important.
Okay, so first question, why do you think you would be a good fit for this position?
I think I'd be a great fit because as a law student, we do need skills like, for example, organizational skills and making sure we get tasks done on time. And also I can be very detail oriented. I make sure to read things and observe and make sure I get things correctly done and on a timely manner as well. And I think those are things that I have innately as a law student, and I can also utilize that in my role as a secretary as well.
I wasn't secretary before, but I was a receptionist, volunteering, and I feel like I was handling all the appointments and the meetings and taking notes of what was happening in these meetings, completing my task on time right after the meetings were done. And I feel like my experience of like a receptionist might help in me being a secretary.
You guys kind of already answered this in your intro, but what tools or strategies do you use to stay organized and to keep track of things such as club meetings, events, or correspondence between committees or faculty?
I think the most important thing is to have a timetable. Make sure you have a schedule, when things are due, when the meetings are, to ensure that everything is being done smoothly and on time. I think that it's also important to, I guess like implement it in your schedule to make sure you can, like if there is another priority outside of school, that you can attend both. I think that's really important to manage. both your social life and also your commitments here for the CLSA and also other academic work as well.
Again, I do use my calendars. Every morning I would check my calendar, add anything that I have to do throughout the day, and then throughout the day I do go back and check and cross out everything I've done. I might add deadlines and timelines in there that might help me guide which task I have to do first. And I'm pretty good with time management. I think I always stay on task and I try to finish anything.
This one we'll start with Aline answer first. So describe a time when you went outside of your dedicated role to assist others on a team, and what were your contributions outside of that role?
Again, I think back in my receptionist job, I think I was volunteering with the floors and stuff, and I think during those meetings I helped them write like a draft of a file note. Even with the Ball Law Clinic, I'm helping them draft file notes, and then there was this one student that was with me who was just brand new to the Ball Law Clinic who needed help with drafting file notes and stuff. So I think I'm pretty good because I quickly get my task finished, and then if anyone needs help, I'm there.
Can you just repeat the question again? So sorry.
Describe a time when you went outside of your dedicated role to assist others on a team, and what were your contributions outside of your role?
Yes, so as a law student, I feel like there are times where students do feel unsure and unmotivated, and I feel like I do provide a space and some words of encouragement. I think being on the CLSA, that is important for other team members to make sure things do run smoothly and tasks are managed. I think that I can provide that skill as well. Yeah, that's essentially it.
Okay, last question. What do you think sets you apart from the other applicants for this position?
I think just reiterating what I said in my last response, I think respectfully, I do have that innate characteristic in myself that I can extend myself and make sure people are on the right track, they feel encouraged and motivated. As a law student, it is really hard sometimes to make sure like you're on track and you're coming to school with a positive mindset, and I would really love to contribute that to the team.
Again, going back to my experience as a receptionist, I think I do have the skill and the experience that I need to be a secretary and take notes and just help everyone around in the CLSA and being on top of my task.
Perfect.
Why do you think you would be a good fit for this treasurer role?
I think I'd be a good fit because I have a degree in finance, and in that degree I had multiple internships working at accounting firms and financial institutions. So I've had like jobs of keeping budgets within different companies and within our own family businesses, just like regular bookkeeping and managing budgets.
Okay, you kind of didn't answer that, but what experience do you have with budgeting or handling money? And how do you translate that into managing the association's funds?
Yeah, so back home we have our family businesses and stuff, so I keep in track for all the bookkeeping and keeping the bills paid on time and making sure we all fall within a certain percentages of our budgets and stuff. And also going back, I used to work at an accounting firm where we overall for a lot of different businesses, making sure they keep in their strict budgets, making sure they keep their goals for their profits, percentages, and costs and everything.
Cool. Last question. How do you plan to draft the semesterly budget and allocate funds to be used for various events?
So I plan on using Excel. I have a strong experience in Excel. I have just tools to make like each like different event have a certain budget. I could communicate with the president to see what funds need to be given where and how much like our budget needs to be used and saved for different events.
And then just one more question. How would you handle a situation where a club member or event organizer requests funds that go over the budget?
I would talk to that club member and ask if there's any way we could reduce the budgets, or if there's any way to increase the revenue by increasing maybe ticket sale prices, or just any way to keep a good balance where we don't have to seek more money and have a towards public funds.
One more question for everyone, and you can just answer this with a simple yes or no. So obviously being on the CLSA is a very big time commitment. You have mandatory office hours every week, which you have to attend. You have mandatory events, which have to be attended, et cetera, among everything that you have to do within your role. So in a yes or no, left to right, are you happy to and able to make that time commitment to the CLSA?
Yes.
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 Okay, perfect.